Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and before we get into today's explosive political drama, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video so more people can join the conversation. What we are unpacking today is a story that has been swirling in the corridors of Harare's power, whispered in political gatherings, debated in market stalls, and fueled by headlines across Zimbabwe and beyond. It's the question everyone is asking: are President Emmerson Mnangagwa and his deputy, Constantino Chiwenga, really locked in a political fight? Or is this just another chapter in Zimbabwe's long tradition of rumors, speculation, and power games? For months now, murmurs of tension between the two men have been growing louder. Mnangagwa, the veteran politician who took over after Robert Mugabe's dramatic fall in 2017, has been presenting himself as the steady hand steering Zimbabwe through turbulent waters. Chiwenga, the former military general who played a pivotal role in Mugabe's ouster, has remained a powerful and influential figure in both the political and military spheres. On paper, they are the ultimate political partners, one the seasoned statesman, the other the strongman with deep security ties. But behind the scenes, many insiders say the relationship is far from harmonious. The supposed rift has been fed by a string of subtle yet telling incidents. There are reports of disagreements over key cabinet appointments, whispers about policy disputes, and even speculation over who will carry the ZANU PF torch in the future. Some sources claim that Chiwenga's camp has been unhappy with Mnangagwa's leadership style, accusing him of prioritizing loyalty over competence in his inner circle. On the flip side, Mnangagwa's allies reportedly view Chiwenga as too ambitious, perhaps even eyeing the presidency before 2028. In Zimbabwe's high-stakes political theater, ambition is never just ambition, it's seen as a threat. One of the flashpoints came during government reshuffles, where certain figures believed to be aligned with Chiwenga were moved aside, replaced by individuals considered loyal to Mnangagwa. To the casual observer, this might look like ordinary politics, but in the opaque world of Zimbabwean power, every shift is read like a chess move. Chiwenga's public appearances have also become a subject of analysis, with his speeches dissected for veiled criticism or political signaling. Sometimes, it's not what's said, but what's not said that fuels the rumor mill. The economy has also become a battlefield of sorts. Zimbabwe is facing crippling inflation, currency instability, and deepening poverty, and every decision the government makes has political consequences. While both men publicly push the same economic recovery narrative, insiders say there's disagreement on how to attract investment, manage the mining sector, and handle relations with international financial institutions. Chiwenga's military background means he has strong ties with certain business and security elites, while Mnangagwa's network is more rooted in long-time party loyalists and foreign investors he's been courting. This creates natural friction over who controls which levers of economic influence. Adding fuel to the fire are the whispers about succession. Mnangagwa is not getting younger, and the question of who will take over, when the time comes, is never far from the minds of ZANU PF insiders. Chiwenga, as the powerful vice president, is naturally seen as a frontrunner. But politics is rarely straightforward, and there are rumors that Mnangagwa could be grooming other candidates within the party to succeed him, possibly to prevent too much power from concentrating in one pair of hands. This perceived sidelining is exactly the kind of spark that can turn a simmering rivalry into open confrontation. International dynamics play a role too. Zimbabwe's leadership knows that global perception matters, especially when the country is desperate for foreign investment and debt relief. Mnangagwa has been working to present himself as a reformer, at least in image, even if critics argue little has changed. Chiwenga, meanwhile, is viewed by some international actors as a hardliner, someone less interested in appeasing Western powers and more focused on consolidating domestic power. These differences in diplomatic style may seem subtle, but in politics, perception is everything. Despite all the noise, both men have been careful not to let any public fallout spiral out of control. They still appear together at official functions, exchange smiles for the cameras, and issue joint statements on national policy. This is why some analysts believe the fight narrative could be exaggerated, perhaps even deliberately planted to serve certain political agendas. In Zimbabwean politics, controlled leaks and rumor spreading are common tools to test loyalty, distract the public, or weaken opponents without direct confrontation. But the grassroots perspective is different. In the streets of Harare, Bulawayo, and smaller towns, many ordinary citizens believe there is indeed a power struggle, and that it is impacting governance. They see stalled reforms, inconsistent economic policies, and constant reshuffles as evidence that the top leadership is more focused on internal battles than on fixing the country's deep problems. In some ways, whether the fight is real or not matters less than the fact that it is widely believed, because belief shapes public confidence, and right now, confidence in the government is fragile at best. Within ZANU PF itself, factions are always shifting, and allegiances are often temporary. Today's ally can be tomorrow's rival, and that is part of what makes the Mnangagwa-Chiwenga question so tricky. Even if they are working together now, political survival often demands bold, even ruthless moves. If one senses weakness in the other, the temptation to act could be overwhelming. For now, the official line is unity. Both men have publicly denied any rift, framing such rumors as attempts to destabilize the party ahead of future elections. But unity in Zimbabwean politics can sometimes be like a glass vase, beautiful on the outside but one small crack away from shattering. As 2025 moves forward, with the economy under pressure and political stakes rising, the real test will be whether Mnangagwa and Chiwenga can keep their partnership intact or whether the whispers will eventually turn into headlines confirming a split. Whatever the truth, the intrigue surrounding the two leaders has already captured the nation's imagination. It's a story of ambition, loyalty, and the delicate balancing act at the very top of Zimbabwe's power structure. Whether it ends in continued partnership or political confrontation, one thing is certain: in Zimbabwe, the struggle for power never truly sleeps, it just changes shape. And as always, we'll be here to follow every twist, turn, and whispered conversation that brings us closer to the truth.